What's up everybody, it's Sigark here. Today I just wanted to talk about the newest news update for the Infected as of early October. So it's been a while, so the last update for this one was at the end of August. So we have a new one here announcing version 11. And there's a few interesting changes going on with version 11. So the main one is some changes with the AI, with the Vambies. So they're continuing to update the animations and the models for the AI, so they do look a little bit different. This one looks like he kind of got hit in the face with a shovel, but maybe that's a work in progress. The main change they're looking to add is having them work together in packs. So as we see here in this little video file, they're working somewhat in coordination. We have three of them here kind of running back and forth, kind of hunched over. This looks a little bit similar to the cannibals in the forest, if you guys have ever played the forest. That was one of the best things about the enemies in that game, is that the enemies would kind of work together and attack, sometimes by themselves, sometimes all at once. So it's going to be interesting to see how they change this. It looks like they're also going to be roaming the map, so they'll have 2 to 5 enemies roaming the map together. So that'll be something to look out for if you're out by yourself, especially if you're not driving around in the truck, you're just out on foot. You might have to end up fighting up to 5 Vambies by yourself in the middle of nowhere. So that could be an interesting change to the game. They're also adding a few new pieces of constructions, mainly different elements for building, different corners, for wooden corners, brick corners, and then foundations as well. There's no pictures posted for that yet, but I'll be interested to see what those look like, because right now everything pretty much ends on like a 90-degree angle, so these will probably be more of like a 45-degree angle, which will open up a lot of different possibilities for building, I'd imagine. We also have some new signposts you can craft, and yeah, I mean, this is a single-player game, so it's not like you can leave messages for your friends on these, but it's a nice little addition to add on. Here we have weapon-based game markers. So whenever you throw a spear or shoot an arrow, it'll be a little bit easier to retrieve them. It'll have the name listed in a caption above the item. And it also has the distance from you too. That's interesting. Might get us a little bit annoying if you have a bunch of items placed throughout the map. You might just be looking at these tooltips constantly, so maybe they'll time out, or maybe they'll disappear after a certain amount of time or at a certain distance. That's kind of interesting. It would be nice to have the ability to turn this off, because I usually don't have trouble finding the items. The main problem I have is that the arrows especially just kind of get stuck inside the environment and they're not retrievable at all. We're also getting a brand new hunger system. They're adding a hunger stat, which is going to be influenced by the existing stats: protein, carbs, fats, and vitamins. So if you let your total hunger, this meter here, get lower than 75%, it's going to reduce your max stamina. If your hunger gets below 10%, then it's going to start affecting your health. This is a pretty nice change. This will be a more well-rounded approach to managing your food intake. It's more realistic, and it's going to make farming a little bit more necessary to survive. It's going to make it more of a struggle to keep your stamina at the maximum level. Also at the bottom, we have a few other changes, which are actually a little bit more significant than they seem. The first one here that I noticed, you're only going to have a 50% chance of getting seeds and sprouts when harvesting plants. Previously, that was 100%. That's going to make it so that you're going to have to go out and find plants and seeds more than you did before, because before you can just gather however many seeds you needed for the plants and then just farm them endlessly. Now you'll have to replenish them every so often. And because they're implementing a new hunger system, you're not going to be able to increase the maximum amount of proteins, carbs, fats, and vitamins. Hopefully, you'll still be able to increase your max health and stamina, though, with the current items, because that's really helpful, especially the stamina increase. And they also added a take all button from the brick drying crate as well. So that's helpful, because before you had to click on them individually. It was quite tedious to do. So that's a nice little feature. The developers do frequently make additions to the updates as time goes on, so check back here and subscribe to the channel to keep informed, and I'll see you guys next time.